Hi everyone, welcome at the Social Trade Fair, day 6, our last day, and we have a live stream coming up. And as you can see, it's time for tulips, as TPN would say, Tulip Promotion Netherlands. That's why we are doing this, because today is basically National Tulip Day. Probably you remember the photos and the movies from years before. In Amsterdam, on the dam, the square completely filled with tulips. Unfortunately, that's not the case this year, so we're going to do it with a live stream, but if you check out the website, then you can find a lot of things going on all around tulips. So I hope you're looking forward to that. We're going to start off with just, again, the first design. Let's see how far we can come. I have this old piece of leather. So every time I see an old couch standing somewhere, I just strip it, get the leather off, because we can always reuse it. So I'm just making it, wrapping my container. It helps to have big hands. I have a little string that I cut off the same piece of leather, and I'm just gonna simply make a little knot. You can see the white lining that they always use when they make a couch. I think this one is a bit too long, so I'm going to cut that piece off. Of course, you don't throw it away. Maybe you can use it for details or other things. I mean, florists, we are like gatherers. We gather stuff. And probably it's for every florist the same. I'm going to mix a lot of colors, because I think tulips are the perfect flower to mix. And we're just going to keep this first one really simple and make a nice full vase of the tulips. Clean cut, clean water. Tulips like that, and we're just going to mix it all together. So I hope you're enjoying this whole week of Social Trade Fair. And like I said, today is our last day, but you can watch everything back on our social media. You can find the movies also on YouTube. And even Instagram, you can find some cool stuff there too. And mixing with tulips, especially this time of year, and you cannot see it, but outside it's snowing here in Holland. And it has been a while since we've seen snow, so it gives an extra nice atmosphere. And then when the tulips come, we all have the same feeling, yay, spring is coming, but it still will take some time. So just quickly arranging it, playing with the different heights. Make sure that if you do that, because the tulips are holding each other up a little bit, because I let the leaves on, so they get a little bit of strength to hold each other up. But make sure if you arrange it like this, that you make sure that the vase you use or the base you use is full of water. And they're simply effective. We have our first design. Let me place it here for a moment. Another thing we can do is use something like this. Bouquet holders. Fits pretty good on the vase. I'm going to use 2 or 3 drops of hot glue just to give it a little connection. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then I'm going to bend it over. So normally this is used as a bouquet holder, but of course we can also do something like this. Then I'm gonna create a little, not the right scissor, I know, so you don't have to write that in the comments. If you have questions, let them know. I'm gonna make a little angle because I want to have this a little bit higher. Again, I'm going to use hot glue. So with 2 bouquet holders already we can create a really nice and simple shape. To get the color a little bit downwards in the container, I'm just using the wood chips. And if the glue is dry, we can also bend this one a little bit. So we're getting 2 layers. Hope everyone is having fun. Again, if you have questions, you can always ask them. If you don't have questions, just think of a few questions. I said it before this week, the more questions, the more answers, the more we learn. And that's also what the social trade fair is about. Learning from each other, inspiring each other, and creating cool stuff. So you have probably seen a lot of interesting companies that we visit. And next to that, of course, the tulips will grow, so that's good. Maybe it seems a little bit out of proportion now, but give it 2 days and it will be in proportion. Let's go for a little bit red. Also very curious, as I'm always are, that what do you create with tulips? So what is your favorite way of using tulips? Is it in an arrangement, mix, or just one color? So if you have nice photos of tulips, you can also post them in the comments. If you have questions or just want to say hi, also good. We're here to share and inspire. As you can see, relatively simple. We can create something that is really interesting. We can add some details. Something is falling, like sticks, bringing it to in between the tulips. I'm just showing you, it's very simple. Of course, you don't have to do it. It's all up to you. It can help also a little bit to bring the tulips a little bit in distance from each other. Let's see if it works. And it can just give that extra detail or structure that you might like. But this can be anything. You can add all kinds of details. The nice thing, if we have just mixed tulips, that you can just go crazy. So it's not very difficult. Again, these are bouquet holders, but I've cut off the parts that you hold in your hand. I've cut it open, and I'm just gonna bring it in the container. And probably the water will color a little bit. But on the other hand, it's giving a really cool effect. So I'm going to cut this one open too. And this one I'm not going to bring in completely. Just going to shorten it a little bit, let it come out of the container. And again, we can work with our tulips. Hope everyone is having fun. Don't know if there are any questions. So last week, together with the Royal Flora Holland, we've presented 55 companies in interviews, company movies, novelties, live streams. And of course, we hope that the end of the year, the normal trade fair can go on, but you never know. But this was anyway a reason for us to do it now, because companies have a lot of beautiful products they want to show and share. It's always nice to hear the sound of that crispy leaf that the tulips have. That sound, I don't know if you can hear it, but those are little details that I think, oh yeah, the tulips. One more here. Then I'm going to cut a few smaller pieces, bringing back the color. And I'm just going to clamp it in between the leaf and the stem very carefully. Giving it an extra repeating of the color and the texture that is inside the vase. So repeating material, repeating color is always interesting to use in your design, in your arrangements, because it can help you and it can inspire the customer to understand your work a little bit better. And another one coming up. Nice container. I have some shells that I'm going to use in the bottom. And I have some nice pieces of wood. I used the wood before. You've probably seen it this week. The reason why I'm doing that also, I like the wood, but also to show you that we can use materials in so many different ways, creating a different look and feel. And that's also a thing a lot of florists do, is they always are searching for the new material, the new trend, the new technique. And sometimes using one piece of material in 20 different ways can lead you to 40 different atmospheres and designs. So it's not always necessary to search for that new thing, because in many cases we can just use material slightly different and the whole atmosphere change. So what I've done here is I've prepared a little bit, but basically this is an old electrical cord. And there's a lot of sawdust glued on. Gives it a bit of a rough and strange looking atmosphere. What I'm going to try to do is make our construction with this wooden sticks a little bit more solid, but also creating a movement, and of course trying to create an atmosphere that is different, that people might think, what's that? They will recognize the tulips, of course, but using material that people are not recognizing, again, can draw the attention to your shop. So if you have a window shop, then you can do things like this. Try to make it a bit funny, a bit strange, and maybe you won't sell it, but it will draw the attention. And that's also what's important in floristry, drawing the attention of the customer. So, for me, I like the movement, I like the material, the color. And yes, I know, people know, some of you, I'm slightly colorblind, but I think these colors work, for me anyway. So, if you have other suggestions, let me know. but I think is going to be really fun. And again, you have to imagine, of course, that the tulips will grow a little bit more, so it will get a bit more length. Also important to realize when you make this for customers, advise your customers also in that. And this one I'm going to work with one color, but you already know that tulips come in so many varieties, colors and shapes, that, well, I'm happy that tulip season is starting again because we can go crazy. We can add details if you like with apple slices. The simple detail, of course, is just making a little stack like this. Could be for children, if you work with tulips and children, just make little lollipops. Trust me, children love it. Especially if you do it like, oh, it's difficult, it's difficult, it's difficult. Oh no, it's nice. And then you see a big smile on their face. Trust me, I've done it a lot. Anyway, few designs, 4 designs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 minutes of time, and also saying hello tulip seasons, because it's time for tulips. I hope you will enjoy all the tulips. Check out the website of the Tulip Promotion Netherlands to find out all the cool stuff that's going on. And one more live stream coming up today, so I hope to see you there and get inspired, and see you soon. Bye bye.